Hey everyone, welcome back. And this is my review of Grisaia episode 6. This episode was crap, okay? If you saw my last week's episode review of episode 5 of Grisaia, then you know I was very disappointed with it. I liked some things about it, but for the most part it was way too fucking rushed. This, however, makes last week's episode look like a masterpiece in comparison. And there's two things about it that makes that really sad. One, it's centered around Yumiko Sakaki. Alright, the tall chick with the long black hair that likes to slash people with her switchblade, apparently. Which, to me, she was the one I wanted to learn about the most, okay? Really. Like, I'm not kidding, so that's majorly disappointing for me, but also because it had really good concepts here and themes, I thought, that really just fell flat on its pace because of the pacing mainly. And the pacing is crap throughout the entire thing, okay, and it just makes me wonder why. Last week's it's even worse than last week, because last week's episode felt like it was trying to do, how should I say this? It was basically continuing from episode 4, but episode 4 I thought was paced pretty good. Episode 5 I thought was trying to do a 2 episodes in one. Okay? This episode felt like it was trying to do 3 episodes in one. And it just failed so bad. Okay? I really hope that the series doesn't continue like this, or else this is going to be like a painful last 6 to 7 episodes. But anyways, though, don't remember how long the series is supposed to be. It's either like 12 or 13, I think, though. But, yeah. So anyway, so why is the pacing so wrong here? Well, we get very brief and vague backstory on Sakaki. We get just we just scratch the surface on exactly what her past is, but she's not fleshed out enough. Okay? I'm not gonna lie, her past for what it was sad. And it might have actually made me cry if she was actually fleshed out better. I'm not kidding. It was that good, but she wasn't fleshed out good enough. Okay, I mean, basically what we got from her past was that she was born to like this Japanese business company, and her father was one of the most douchebaggy fucking business owners ever. In that regard, which this is a cliche that a lot of people complain about. Personally, I don't mind it that much. I don't like it, but I don't hate it either. And I know this is a really common issue I know it's a really common thing that happens in Japan, which is why you see anime covering it quite a bit. Okay, but I don't have any issue with that in general. Okay, and he was pissed off that he couldn't have a son. Apparently, her mother was really close to her when she was young, but later on in life, her mother started to resent her and asked her why she couldn't have been born a boy, like it's her fucking fault. And apparently her father had a mistress and she gave birth to a boy, but that boy ended up dying because of some sort of illness, and also her mother ended up committing suicide, and so Sakaki was brought back into the family to try to become the heir to this big corporation, and she basically got sent to this school, and she basically went nuts. Okay, she started slashing her students at her school, and she basically went nuts. So she got sent to this school, to the school that she's at in this series. Okay, she was at a different, like a public school, I'm guessing, earlier on in her life. Okay, but when she started slashing people, she got sent to this school for basically to be reformed. And her father comes back to her in this episode trying to take her back, and she refuses. That is it. That's all we got from her past. Now, from that synopsis right there, it's a good start. But that's not good enough that's not enough information for a backstory this intense, okay? It's really not. To make people actually care deeply about this character. I'm sorry, but it's just not. So in terms of her backstory, it's way too fucking brief. I also didn't like how her mother, apparently earlier on in Sakaki's life, seemed to be very close to her, but shortly before her mother's death, her mother started resenting Sakaki, saying, "Why weren't you born as a boy?" Like I said before, like it's her fucking fault. Okay, so are you supposed to like this character or not? We know little to nothing about her. I don't know why you should give a fuck about her. Either way, okay? Whether it's love or hate, I don't care. I don't know why you should care. We also have her father. Again, how do they want me to feel about this character? In fact, that's not the question I should be asking. The question I should be asking is why... Okay, basically at first they want you to hate this character, and just not even 2 seconds later they want you to love this character. Not really love this character, but feel sympathy for him. And that's just bad writing, okay? What they should have done is laid out his backstory and maybe character development, or laid out his character, his characterization, and then maybe had him have character development, and with all of that together, allow the viewer to choose how they want to feel about this particular character, instead of both times when it's first hate then love, they try to tell you exactly how they want you to feel. It's really fucking annoying, and he's a shitty character. Okay, he really is. And apparently, apparently Kazami, the main guy, or is it Kazumi? I'll just call him Kazami for the time being. Apparently Kazami, the main guy, was hired as a bodyguard for her. Where the fuck did this come from? Really? You're not giving me much to work with here, Grisaia. And I'd like to defend you as much as possible, because so far you've been really good, except for last episode, which was just decent in my opinion. But you're not giving me much to work with here in terms of defending you. I'm sorry, but you're just not. Oh dear God. And then we also had that fucking fake out death at the end of the episode. Now let's discuss how stupid this is. First off, right before that, she's in with a shootout with the fucking like or like SWAT team. What? So apparently this guy able to hire the SWAT team to get the heir to his company back. Yeah. I mean, I know I've never been to Japan, but I'm pretty sure you can't fucking do that in Japan, okay? I don't think Japan's that dumb. Anyways, so then she shoots a little bit. Apparently Kazami was waiting secretly. He would have shot her if she actually would have killed her dad, which, well, any sort of force trying to take her in would have done that. I'm pretty sure worldwide, pretty much. So I can accept that and just move on. It's kind of sad, but I can still accept that and move the fuck on, okay? And then she apparently tries to detonate herself. And this is the part I really don't understand. She holds a grenade and tries to detonate herself. So she pulls the pin and falls on the ground and it explodes. But later on in the episode we learn that was just a dummy, so how the fuck did she swap it out? Because obviously the thing that fell down behind the window was the thing that exploded. So how the fuck did she swap that out? That was never fucking explained. And also, let's discuss how stupid this whole fucking fake out death thing here is anyways, okay? Because I want to go on record here and saying I don't think it's pointless because I dislike her character, because I don't. Like I said before, she genuinely, to me, was the most interesting character in the series and the one I wanted to learn about the most. I think it's dumb because even though I like her character, I don't care if she died, because the writers did not give me any fucking reason to care if she died. Okay? I'm not kidding. It's like, and Besides, I think even if they did, I still would have been kind of pissed with the fake out death because I hate that shit. If they would have actually worked to make her an extremely deep character the right way, then I would still been pissed if she would have had the fake out death and would have preferred the real death because it would have been even more impactful for me. I mean, granted, her father thinks she's dead and apparently had a 180 change in personality, which makes no fucking sense, but I'll move away from that. Alright? It still would have been more impactful if she actually died. Either way, it still would have. So, those are the reasons why that stupid fake out death is so fucking pointless and ridiculous. Okay? Really. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But anyways, so overall, is there anything good about this episode? Only two things. One, because it's centered on Sakaki, and two, because it had potential, like with the concepts. But both of those two things are hindered because it has shitty writing, okay, in terms of mainly pacing, but also just general writing. Like the dialogue's just decent at best, and everything else. Like, the writing is just really shitty in this episode. It's crap, okay? And like I said before, earlier on this review, I really hope this doesn't continue, because if it does, it's going to be a really painful finals, like 6 to 7 episodes, okay? And from what I understand, the visual novel this is based on has like 3 games. So I don't know why they're rushing it all of a sudden. I don't know if they don't know if they'll get a second season, so they're just rushing it, trying to get it all done here, or if maybe it's been confirmed that there's going to be no second season. But if it keeps up like this, then they won't get a second season, even if they could have got one. Okay, I'm being honest now. Dear God. And here's the thing. I think there's like 5 main girls here. If they wanted to, they could have easily made like a 25 episode series and use 5 episodes to cover each individual girl. Okay? Because I believe there's like, if I'm not mistaken, there's like 5 main girls. Okay? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Okay? But I believe there's 5 main girls, if I'm not mistaken. That's obviously excluding the president, because she doesn't count. I'm pretty sure she doesn't count. I mean, it hasn't seemed like it so far, so yeah, I'm pretty sure she doesn't count. So, excluding her in the school, there's like 5 main girls, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, yeah, they could have easily done that. And I know some people will probably say, what about animation budget? Well, the animation in the series is not that great to begin with. Like, it's decent at best. So, that's really no fucking excuse, okay? I'm just saying, they could have easily done that, considering the budget they've got going into this. Anyways, yeah. Goddamn, I did not expect to hate this episode so much going into it. Mainly because I knew it was going to be about fucking Sakaki, Yumiko Sakaki. And that's the most disappointing thing about it for me. So, if you've yet to see this week's episode of Grisaia, I do not recommend that you see it. That's a nice change of pace, isn't it? Only if you haven't played the visual novels and you fear that if you want to continue the series, you'll need to watch this episode in order to understand what happened later on. I don't know for sure, but I highly doubt it. Just trust me on that. I highly doubt it. And can't say this time around, unfortunately, that I can't wait for next week's episode, but I'll still watch it. I'm still going to complete the series. But I really, like I keep saying in this review, I really hope this doesn't continue at this pace, okay? So anyways, overall, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.